Write down. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kentaro Yaji from Rikyo University in Japan. Today's talk title is Communicating Solar Satellite Hinode Data to the Public. It's today's outline. Okay. At first, once again, do you know Hinode? A few? Okay, thank you. Hinode is Japanese solar observation satellite. Hinode means sunrise in Japanese. Hinode was launched in 2006 September, 4 years ago. This is Hinode satellite. Okay. Hinode has 3 instruments on board: in visible light and X-ray, EUV. Again, Hinode picture. This telescope is in visible light and X-ray telescope. Back of body on EUV telescope. With 3 instruments, Hinode solves mystery of coronal heating and origin of magnetic field. Of course, Hinode is in orbit now and observing the sun. From now on, I review Hinode observation results. At first, this picture shows sunspot and graduation. But left picture is observed in ground-based observatory. Here is sunspot. Enlarged sunspot, right picture, sunspot. This is observed Hinode. As you see, fine structure in detail sunspot. This is size of Earth. Around sunspot, here, this shows graduation. This movie shows graduation dynamics. Left movie is graduation on photosphere, and right image shows chromosphere, on the chromosphere. By observation with Hinode, graduation is a very dynamic phenomena on the sun. Next, prominence. Prominence is a very popular solar phenomena, but actually very dynamic phenomena by Hinode. This movie shows also fine structure, dynamic motion in prominence. This is very fast, I'm sorry, solar corona in X-ray, continuous observation by Hinode. It is also a solar corona in X-ray observation last month. This picture outer fine structure was observed with special observation. Bright region is active region, as you see, corresponds to sunspot. This movie shows solar flare. Black region is sunspot. Here, white brightening, solar flare. Solar flare is explosive event in the sun. Next, what is it? It is Mercury. So this movie shows a Mercury transit. 2006 November, 4 years ago, observed with Hinode. This way, Hinode data is very interesting and exciting, important, for not only investigating solar phenomena, but also giving new knowledge about the sun to the public, the educational community, in public laboratory, science museum, planetarium, of course, school. So researchers want to communicate observation results to the public, but they are very busy for research and operation, office work, other work, and so on. And they have low budget and non-farm power for education and public outreach. And educators also, they want to use new observation results for planetarium, exhibition, and educational materials, and communicate the results to the public. So researchers and educators have collaboration with each other and promoting education and public outreach with Hinode data. In this case, as researchers, NEOJ, Hinode Science Center, educators, as educators, founded public use of Hinode data working group. For public use of Hinode data, we organize working group, founded public use of Hinode data. We call Hinode. As background, we have 2 points, 2 significant points. First point, Hinode data analysis workshop was held before Hinode launch. This workshop was mainly for researchers, but Hinode team members encouraged educators and amateur astronomers in attending to this workshop. And then they have discussion, Hinode EPO, between educators and researchers. Second point, PAWNET. PAWNET means Public Astronomical Observatory Network. It is one of astronomical education communities in Japan. It has some working groups for attainment of various goals and projects. 5 years ago, Hinode project leader, Dr. Tsuneta, gave a special lecture at the annual meeting of PAWNET in 2005. Then also the educators and researchers had a chance to exchange education and public outreach information each other. Now, Hinode working group members is starting all over Japan. This working group started in 26. 8 of members are educators in planetarium and public observatory in science museum. 5 members is a researcher and also and myself. But Dr. Shimoikura, Dr. Nakamichi, and myself before worked as educators once. I myself was working for public observatory for 8 years. We work in group collaborating with Hinode science team in NEOJ in supporting money and PC Pasocon and so on. And we had 4 or 5 meetings every year directly, and online we have a discussion by mailing list. I think it is a peculiar point that many educators attend on the working group, which draw an interchange between the educators and researchers and promote various types of EPO activities in the collaboration. For that, for EPO activities, we released 2 DVDs. The first DVD, The Sun Captured by Hinode, this is the label. The label is designed by working group members. 2 years ago, we are released, and it is produced mainly for educators to communicate in the data to public. This DVD consists of DVD video part and DVD room part. Moreover, video part and short movie and long movie. A short movie 2 minutes, 36 seconds, and long movie is 60 minutes. This is produced introduction of initial Hinode observation results. And for familiar content, we are containing quiz regarding eclipse, Mercury transit. Moreover, with high resolution data, we made full high definition movies. It's the content. At first, this DVD made in Japanese, but later English version is also available. If someone wants to DVD, please contact me. But limited 100. Later, I placed a poster room and take it free. Okay. Sorry, caption in Japanese top menu of the first DVD. And sorry. English version, play.
Our lives depend on the sun,
Yeah.
shining modestly on nearly every form
Keep, keep.
by Hinode. Let's take a look. A sunspot is seen in the sun's disk center. Let's enlarge it for a closer look. Seen with Hinode's solar optical telescope, it looks like this. In the upper right is the Earth shown on the same scale. The sunspot is larger than the Earth. There are many grain-like patterns.
And keep.
Guess what this is?
Quit. Of course, as you see,
You'll know the answer shortly.
you know answer.
The XRT is observing the solar corona. We refer to the bright areas as shown here is how the flare in the chromosphere appeared when Mercury.
Okay.
The transit of Mercury took place on November 9th.
Let's introduce second DVD, Approach to Solar Mystery. Released last year, 2009 spring. It is sorry that first DVD is a little difficult. So we are member produced for more efficient use of exhibition at the Planetary Museum. Now, this DVD movies consist of 4 movies. One of them for kids. And this DVD was distributed to junior high school and elementary school, 42,000 schools in Japan, as an enclosure of science magazine. We had a solar campaign for positive use. 37 facilities attend solar campaign. Moreover, now uploaded to YouTube for movies. But I'm sorry, voice is in Japanese. Caption in Japanese, top menu of Approach to the Sun. If click, we can see eclipse topic. If click for movies, various menus prepared. For movies pictures, figure of the eclipse, and the past mystery of the corona, and solar flare, and gift from the sun. It movies for the kids. In this way, a seagull and dolphin character talk to the sun. I introduce movie, but this movie in Japanese.
僕はカモメの郵便屋さん。
I am postman.
いつもこうして配達してるけど、
in out of order. Okay.
今日は方向がわからないな。
If due to the sun
一体どこにいるんだろ
and
う。
seagull and dolphin go to the sun.
今日は頭も痛いし、
Keep, keep,
おばあさん、
keep.
何か来てるの？
Keep.
宇宙から見てみよう。出発。
They right rocket out of the. This movie observe rocket and keep
拡大したら
here
小さな粒
dolphin and seagull playing solar
日
phenomena.
本の大きさと同じぐらい大きいんだ。
ゆらむら動いてる
This
ね。
movie is very popular for
そ
kids
こそこ。
from museum and planet response.
太陽って
hurry
生
up.
きてるみたいだね。
ゆらむら動いてるね。
How to apply DBD lessons in school and university, and training school teachers, exhibition at the museum, planetarium, public lectures, open house, study myself. In such way, apply DVDs. This picture exhibition at Osaka Science Museum. What is public impact? Is the DVD is useful for education and public outreach? So we have to question a questionnaire survey to confirm the efficiency of the first DVD content. First, how was the DVD used at the educational facilities? As a result, 46 educators answered, but 600 DVDs were distributed, but 46 returned. And the second question, questionnaire, how was the DVD understood by the public guests at the facilities? At 6 public observatories and museums, 147 audiences answered. How was the DVD used? Actually, we set sub-question, 12 sub-question. But for example, did you use the DVD? 50% yes, 35% I will use it. And do you think the DVD is useful for your work? 90% more than answer yes, this way. Next. Sorry. Okay. How the DVD understood by audience? What do you think after watching the DVD? Audience says answer excellent 58% and good 27%. And could you understand the solar structure? About nearly 50% they could understand after watching the DVD. Corner heating and the same result. In such a public impact, the questionnaire survey said the educators' audience are highly satisfied with the DVD content. The DVD contents are effective for education and public outreach. Next topic, educational materials are introduced. I have many chances to talk about the sun in the junior high school and high school. And then we use for worksheet. And then let's compare solar images, so for optical images, H alpha, and this is Hinode X-ray images. I make the students compare 3 images and write down. Yes. This lesson classroom. Next, in high school, this is developed by our colleague Tokimata, who belongs to public observatory, and calculating velocity. This picture shows prominence. Prominence material falling down. The velocity is calculated. He instructing the student to use this analysis, and the student present to the astronomical meeting in Japan. Next. In case of me, in university, I taught terrestrial physics with use of white sheet. 50 students attend the lecture. Lecture content, solar structures, corona flare prominence. After this lecture, students report and summarize the lecture with this worksheet. Students, in this way, write down. I also this year. Okay. Our working group in future work with this year with Hinode high resolution data. We are planning Froudon movie as projected at the planetarium, and developing more and more in this way more educational materials and practice in school. And we have educational observation proposal. Towards next coming solar maximum, we will have various things, I believe. Summary. Permanent public use of Hinode data was organized, and it produced and released to DVD Hinode data. As a result, DVD content satisfied educators and give high efficiency of outreach. Also, such as educational materials, we are promoting as activities. Our activities are quite unique in collaborating educators and researchers each other. Our work might be a good reference for other education and public outreach activities. That's all. Thank you. 出た。
And congratulations on the movies, they're beautiful. Do we have
Thank
a
you.
question? Yes.
I saw a few heads nodding very enthusiastically when you presented that you will produce for planetaria your high-resolution, full-dome images, movies. How will you let all the planetaria in the world know? Can they just get those kind of materials from you?
Sorry.
Sorry. So
Briefly.
when you have produced a movie with the high-resolution Hinode data for planetarium, how will you distribute this
Ah.
all over the world, not just in
Yes.
Japan?
Our working group member. Our working group member attend planetary members. And so in Japan, through the members, this planetarium program is projected in their facilities. And in Japan, Planetarium Association there is. So we stay complete a planetarium program with high-resolution data. We will call. Okay.
Do you have another question? Well, if not, I would like to thank all the speakers of this afternoon and of today for great contributions. I think everybody's still awake, so well done everyone. Thank you.